This is K1DBC. All stations please stand by. The Denver Radio Club Learning Net starts in 5 minutes. This is K1DBC. The DRC Learning Net will start in 1 minute. All stations please stand by. Hello and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. for March 6th, 2024. It's a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics in general. And thankfully, we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. This is Kilo 1, Delta Bravo Charlie. My name is Daron, and I am net control for this evening's net. I want to thank Jim, N0TRP, for taking the nets, as always, during the, I think it's the fourth Wednesdays of the month when we have the board meeting, so appreciate that. I think that session went quite good, though, last week, the Learning Net. So tonight, we'll be taking your comments, check-ins, questions, updates, and more. We meet every Wednesday, except the third Wednesday of the month at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on 145.490 and 448.625. Both have a negative offset. You can contact us via email, elmer@w0tx.org if you'd like. We have a lot of contact information over on our club webpage, w0tx.org/officers. You can get a hold of any of our officers and or staff and volunteers, and you can see who's helping out. So that list has been recently updated a little bit to reflect a little bit more of who's taking nets and who's helping out with our websites and some other things. So do appreciate everyone on there. So again, you can contact us via those means, or we're on most social media at Denver Radio Club. We also stream and archive our nets on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. So if you'd like to see behind the scenes of the net or visual context, that is an additional way to view the net. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? Nothing heard? All check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. Suffix is the first letter after the number in the call sign. If you can, please try to use ITU phonetics at least for the call sign, and indicate if you have any traffic or questions as you check in. If you'd like to follow along with check-ins, you can head over to w0tx.org/check-in. You can see who's checked in this evening as well as past nets. Again, w0tx.org/check-in. With that, if your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
This is Kilo Mike 4, Charlie Fox Tango, Jonathan in Highlands Ranch. No traffic.
November 1, Golf Uniform Mike, Peter, Littleton.
Alpha Fox 0 Echo, Alex Bromfield.
This is Kilo Echo 0 Alpha Bravo, Ken in Lakewood, no traffic.
This is Kilo 5 Alpha Foxtrot Oscar. Call change for Ben. I was Kilo Fox 0 NAT, but I got my vanity call through Kilo 5 Alpha Fox Oscar.
All right, this is K1DBC. We'll hold up there for just a moment. Net Control would like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-ins. Online, we had Ed Reed, AE0YR, who was trying to test his equipment just before the net, and it didn't seem like he was making it the repeater, so got you checked in online here, Ed. And then over the air, we had KM4, CFT Jonathan, N1GUM Peter, AF0E Alex, KE0 Alpha Bravo Ken, and good to hear you in there, Ben. Kilo 5 AFO on the vanity call sign. Kilo 5 Alpha Fox Oscar. Thank you all so much for checking in. All right, one more call. If your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
Kilo 0, Kilo Papa Sierra, Kevin, Lakewood, no traffic. Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India. Ron in Lakewood, no traffic.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I'd like to welcome knowledge of the following check-ins: K0 KPS Kevin and KF0 FPI Ron. Thank you both so much for checking in. We'll go ahead and move to the second part of the alphabet, November through Zulu. If you'd like to check in with your call, let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, call suffixes N through Z, November through Zulu. Please call now.
Alpha Bravo 8, Whiskey November, Pete in Arvada, no traffic.
Foxtrot 0, Oscar, Romeo, Quebec, Sam.
Double.
Traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Nevada Papa Sierra, Paul Littleton, no traffic.
Whiskey 4, Papa Romeo Golf, W4 PRG, Newell and Thornton, no traffic.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Hold up there for just a moment. Net Control would like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-ins: K0 KPS Kevin, KF0 FPI Ron, AB8WN Pete, KF0 ORQ Sam. There was some noise on your signal, but got you in there and readable. KF0 NPS Paul, and W4 PRG Newell. Thank you all so much for checking in here. All right, another call. If your suffix begins with the letters N through Z, November through Zulu, and you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Learning Net just for the count, or if you have any traffic or questions, N through Z, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Finally, we'll open up the whole alphabet, all call signs, all call suffixes. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, this is the Denver Radio Club Learning Net, great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics. So if you'd like to check in, let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now. One more call at the moment. This is K1 DBC Net Control. If there's anyone who'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Learning Net just for the count, or if you have any traffic or questions, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Nothing heard at the moment. We'll take check-ins throughout the net. This is an hour-long meeting. Again, to discuss ham radio STEM topics, any projects that you're working on, any questions you might have, any radios that you may have purchased recently, and anything ham radio related, areas, general activity. So, yeah, we'll take check-ins throughout the net, but I can pass some news stories, but I don't see to be indicated they have any traffic or questions at the moment. but I'll throw it out to the group. Any comments, questions, further check-ins? Otherwise, I can pass some traffic and we can get things started here.
Traffic, KM4, CFT.
Yeah, Jonathan, KM4 CFT. The net is yours. Go ahead.
Well, since we talked about projects that we're working on, I thought I would throw out the project I'm working on. I'm working on a CW transceiver that I hope to actually turn into a product eventually. I'm calling the transceiver the CFT one after my suffix, which also stands for the CW field transceiver, or the compact field transceiver, whichever one you like more. And I'm building in different sections, and I've gotten a lot of it taken care of. I just built the bandpass filter, and it's working great. The mixers and crystal filter are working great. I just need to build a pass filter, an amplifier, and the audio amplifier, and then the thing will be built.
Excellent. Great to hear. Do you want to plug any website or any store that you might have other projects listed on and that one in the future? If you want, please go right ahead.
Sure thing. Actually, if anyone's familiar with Ham Gadgets or Radio Dan, Whiskey 7 RF, he's a ham in Fort Collins, and he sells stuff that I make. I have a Unknown kit that I sell. It's pretty popular for $30. If you like doing soda poda, it's an infant halfway kit. It's on his eBay site, and if you just look up my call sign, you'll find it. Yesterday we released my Elcraft KH1 paddle set, and we sold out like half of my stock within a day, so that was pretty good. This is still in the making. I still need to make sure that I can make a functional prototype, and then once I do that, I'll make a small batch for field testing and have some people field test and beta test it, and then hopefully if all the kinks are taken care of and it's within a state of where I'm comfortable selling it, I'll be putting kits up for sale.
Excellent. Well, sounds good. Yeah, it's awesome to hear that. So, Radio Dan, W7RF, it looks like on his eBay site. You can just look up on eBay KM4 CFT, and some kits available there. As you mentioned, the Elcraft KH1 paddle kit, so really cool stuff there. And then we'd love to hear more on your CW transceiver as it progresses. So please don't hesitate to let us know in the future. And hopefully someone else in this group can find some comfort and solace in building your own kits and CW transceivers and things like that. So excellent. Thanks for bringing that up, KM4 CFT. If you have anything else on that, or if you want to bring up anything else, go right ahead.
Well, since we're at it, I'll post on the club Discord some pictures of the progress I've been doing. I've also been sharing my build on my YouTube channel, which is my first and last name, Jonathan Kane. I'll share all that on the Discord.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, Jonathan Kane over on YouTube, KM4 CFT. Looks like some pretty good videos, progress and things like that. And I'll try to bring up the Discord throughout the evening here and maybe bring up some photos if I can. But awesome to see. Really do appreciate that. Anyone on that? CW transceiver kits or kit building or manufacturing or anything on that along those lines, let us know. Go right ahead.
And plugged everything in. So plugged in the emotional inductor, pops up with this.
All right, this is K1 DBC net control. Awesome. Thanks again, Jonathan. I do see your name in my Google News feed once in a while over on is it maybe qrpeer.com or some soda, things like that. And he does some pretty good reviews of some events. So check him out online. Pretty good presence there, KM4CFT. So yeah, thanks for all that you do for our hobby and our club. So anyone else on that topic or any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net, please call now.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Anyone else at the moment? We have plenty of time here. Comments, questions, check-ins. I can bring up some things, but if you have any projects you're working on, any kits you're working on, anything that you might be working on, have questions on, let us know. This is K1DBC Net Control. Let us know. Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I guess speaking about kits, over on our webpage, w0tx.org, we are starting up our DRC Saturday events again here, so you can find more information on that. We'll be doing a kit build for one of those, I believe. I'll have to see which one it is. I think we're going to be building a kit provided by the ARRL, maybe NFED halfway. I can't remember exactly what the kit is, but let me see if I can try to bring that up. But while I'm doing that, again, DRC Saturdays, April 17th, May 25th, July 20th, August 31st, and October 5th. Let me drop here for a moment. ARL.org, ETP, is this the right thing? I'll see if I can find the kits thing, but let's see, for the DRC Saturday events, yeah, the build day, I think, April 27th, we'll be providing a link. I think we'll be able to we'll purchase some kits, and then we'll make it available. I think the ARL is the one that we'll be sourcing these from. We should be able to provide some, and you can purchase some as well. I forget what was mentioned exactly, but lots of kits available on the ARL website. Pico Balloon launch on May 25th. Parks on the air at Bar Lake State Park on the 20th of July. August 31st is going to be the Colorado QSO party, and then October 5th is a DRC campout. So more information over on our events page, w0tx.org/DRC-Saturday. A lot more in-depth on this. Let me see here. Yeah, so just to reiterate some of the information on that, the build days, there'll be an antenna build or a simple project build. Prior to the event, there'll be a presentation on the project, so everyone knows what's going on beforehand. More details will be sent out. Let's see, Pico balloon launch. Let's see, located east of DIA, club will build a Pico balloon and take it to launch site early in the morning. I think we were initially thinking we were going to track it and recover it, but I think we're just going to, from what I'm hearing, let it fly as far as it can, and we'll just track it via APRS and other means. 20th of July, Parks on the Air, Bar Lake State Park. This event is during the Parks on the Air weekend, so there should be a lot of activity. They'll set up and try to be ready at 9 a.m. Park fee, there's an entrance. It's a state park, so there's an entrance fee. If you purchase a state pass with your vehicle, then you will not need to pay. August 31st, Colorado QSO party, another event to get most quality time. A lot of traffic. There'll be a Prospect Arena, like most DRC Saturdays and field day. And then last but not least, October 5th. Looking at the Wininger Ridge camping area, a little different. It'll be a 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday, planning on registering at a rustic campground on the north shore of Gross Reservoir in Boulder County. Roads are not improved and lots of rocks, but it's not considered 4-wheel drive only, so you will not get your motorhome to this location, but a basic camper with a truck would be fine. So campground spots are first come, first serve. people that are not camping out can come up for the day and play radio with us. So, Gross Reservoir Winger Ridge camping area. More information on our website. Again, thanks to Kevin Schmidt, K0KPS, Alex Acera, KS0E, Mark Thomas, N0XRS, and countless other folks for helping out with those events. So, again, April 27th will be the first one. So, next month. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else on that, or anything we've spoken about so far, or anything else, please call now.
D0 CIV, WD0 CIV, check in, no comments, no traffic.
All right, got you checked in there, WD0CIV. I guess with that, we'll take formal check-ins. If you've just tuned in, this is the Denver Radio Club Learning It. Great place to learn about ham radio STEM topics. All are welcomed. All are welcome. Let's see, we stream over on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. So if you're not a licensed operator, I see a couple check-ins on there, so I'll get you there. Mike on there. So you can check that out. But any licensed amateur is more than happy to participate in this net and all of our events. You don't ever need to be a member, a paid member of our club to participate in any of our events. So with that, we're taking check-ins, all call signs, all call suffixes. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
Whiskey Golf 0, Lima, Foxtrot Romeo, Chance, and Aurora, no traffic.
Alpha Echo 0, Romeo Kilo, Fred in Denver, no traffic.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. All right, online we had Micah, N0MTL, checking in, appreciate that. And then over the air we had WG0LFR Chance and AE0RK Fred. Thank you all so much for checking in. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Again, you can follow along with check-ins, w0tx.org/check-in. I didn't realize this, but in the beginning of this last month, I think this tool somewhat broke for anonymous viewers. But if you log into it, or if you go to that site again now, it is all working as smoothly as it should be. So again, w0tx.org/check-in, and you can view all the check-ins. So with that, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I can bring up some club traffic and other news of ham radio recently, but anyone else in your comments, questions, check-ins, projects you're working on? Let me see. Ed Reed mentioned in the chat here he's unable to get into the net. He's got a new Yaesu 991A, but transmit signal is too scratchy to participate. So I think we tried to troubleshoot this a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, hopefully we can get that figured out there for you, Ed. I know you've been able to check into the net before, so I don't know if you have an external antenna you got hooked up or what's going on. But if you want to try it again, or if anyone else wants to check in or have any other further comments or questions, let us know. Please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Let's see some club business here. Again, our March roundtable is out over on the front page of our website. Let me see. If anybody's interested, we are kind of moving towards like a blog-style website. So if you're interested in participating as a content creator, putting up articles, blogs, Mark Thomas has been doing a really good job, and Pete AB8WN has got a really good training document for how to put things up online. Roundtable here released, so really do appreciate Brennan Pate for helping out with that.
W0TX Repeater.
Let's see. Ed asked a question here. AE0YR is asking if they raise their squelch, could that block out scratchiness? I think only on your end, Ed. I mean, the squelch really is just to determine the noise floor, really. I didn't hear you before the net, but if you want to try calling back in the next minute or so, we can check it again. This is K1 DBC Net Control.
AE0YR.
All right, AE0YR. Yeah, a bit of scratchiness, but I did get you checked in there. I got you, heard you in there. Yeah, I'm not too sure what would be causing that, but I think we probably talked about where your antenna is and line of sight, things like that. But yeah, I'm not too sure. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control.
AE0YR.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I might be confusing my squelches here, but AE0YR mentioned he had just pushed it up to 10, but if you have anything on that, go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. All right, yeah, it's always fun doing some live troubleshooting here. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but if you want to check in anymore or have any other questions, Ed, it's readable for me at least. It is a little bit scratchy, but it's readable. So if you have any other further information or comments or questions, if you want to chime in via the air, please don't hesitate to do so. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I might come back to here in a few minutes if you want to try again here, Ed. I'll bring up some stories here. Again, thanks to our club VE team lead, Robert Pickett, K0RAP. Our main repeaters are linked over on Broadcastify now, so if you'd like to listen to them, and we're not on YouTube live, you can listen over on our on the Broadcastify feed. So the main repeater is 14549 and the 147330 repeater. So I do appreciate the help on that. Let's see some other club business. If you are a member, you may have received an email between February 20th and March 1st about your membership. As we've mentioned in the roundtable email and as well as our Sunday Night Net, please disregard that email. It was not supposed to go out. It was mistakenly sent out. But our club website admin team is working on automating the membership process so that you can manage your membership online. I want to thank Jay Hurt and 0SR really for spearheading that effort, as well as, let me see here, AB8WN Pete and myself for helping out. It's really awesome to see a group effort come in here. So if you did see an email between February 1st and March 31st, or February 20th and March 1st about your membership, please disregard it. We will work with you all to get you logins to our website. As a reminder, nothing is locked behind the login of our website right now, and very few things will be ever locked behind it in general. So really do appreciate all the concerted effort on that, and hopefully April, May time, we'll have this tool rolled out, and you'll be able to manage your membership and make a recurring membership, things like that. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the group. We have another 30 minutes. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net, please call now.
AB8WN.
Yeah, AB8WN Pete, go right ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, and hello everybody. I had a question that I was thinking of. We talked a little while ago about APRS to text and vice versa, and when I'm thinking about it, kind of network protocols and stuff like that of being able to take a radio, hit a repeater that goes to a text and it goes to the phone. That makes sense. The question I have is on the reverse, how does the network know close to where you are to even get a message to you, or is that just part of the APRS protocol that will eventually repeat across any type of distance? Break here for just a second. And so what I'm wondering is does anybody know how that generally works, or can point me into the direction of some documentation on it? Because it just seems like if I were to try to send a text to my radio that'll go through APRS, how it knows the general area I'm in to get it there, or what happens typically. So just kind of an interesting question I had. Thanks. AB8WN, back to net.
Great question on that. How does an SMS message make its way from the public switch telephone network or VoIP network? How does it make its way back over to the APRS network and back to your radio? Great question. I would imagine it's inherently built in somehow. I don't know enough about APRS to tell you on that, but if anybody has any information on that, how does an SMS message get back to an APRS radio? Please call now.
Comment KM4CFT.
Yeah, KM4CFT, the net is yours. Go ahead.
Okay, so I am by no means an expert on APRS. I barely understand it, but I think I know how it works. So I guess whenever you reply to a message, or whenever you come back, I'm pretty sure that it specifies which call sign it's being sent to. And then when it gets sent to, it gets sent through the network and then back through an iGate, the same way that it came, that you sent it. So when you're sending a message to APRS, I'm going to let it drop. So when you're sending a message through APRS, you're just broadcasting. Basically, hey, I want to send a message to this recipient, and that recipient just happens to be an SMS gate with this piece of information. And what happens is that whenever the iGate picks that up, it directs that traffic to the recipient, and then that recipient takes that information and acts like a repeater and sends it through the SMS network. And I'm guessing that what happens is that the same thing happens in reverse whenever you're sending it backwards.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. All right, yeah, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, it sounds like maybe using the same features that you would use from APRS to SMS. It would just do the same in reverse via iGates and some of the APRS functions and your call sign as well. So good comments, good questions. Anything else on that? Pete or anyone else, please call now.
W0TX repeater.
No other comments for me. I think that gets part of it, and I'll see if I can look up the protocol too and get some more in-depth information. I'm kind of interested in it. So thank you for the comments and the information. I really appreciate it. AB8WN, back to net.
All right, sounds good there, Pete, AB8WN. This is K1 DBC Net Control. All right, this is K1 DPC Net Control. Again, APRS, built by Bob Bruninga. I've heard his last name, but can't pronounce it. WB4APR. Real quick on iGates. An internet gateway has two functions: to pass all packets heard on RF to APRS, and to pass all message packets designed for local stations to RF. So kind of what we were talking about, from RF to internet, and from internet to RF. First part of this is sometimes misunderstood. And this is it looks like it involves AX25 packet, I think, as well. APRS packet is a third-party format with either TCP headers considered to have originated from APRS IS. Let me drop for a moment. Yeah, quite a bit more technical information on iGate designs, at least, from the aprs-is.net site. So good questions, good comments, follow-up. Really do appreciate that. So we have another 25 minutes. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else you'd like to discuss so far this evening? Please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. A little bit of a somber note, but some news over the week. Bob Heil, K9EED, K9EID, silent key. So really sorry to hear that, but always nice to see this tradition of reporting on silent keys and the members and their contributions to this hobby. So Bob Heil of Heil Audio has been a huge part of our hobby and a lot of what we stand for and a lot of technology that we see. So really sorry to hear that. So the man who defined the sound of live rock and roll music and brought audio engineering principles into mainstream amateur radio use, Dr. Bob Heil, K9EID, has passed away at the age of 83. Let me drop for a moment. Reading from an article over on arl.org/news from the 1st of March. He was an ARL Life member and ARL Maxim Society. In the Maxim Society, a Facebook post from Heil Ham Radio paid tribute to their founder. Bob fought a valiant year-long battle with cancer and passed peacefully surrounded by his family. Founded Heil Sound in 1966, through which he created the template for modern concert sound systems for musicians like the Grateful Dead, The Who, Joe Walsh, and Peter Frampton. Talk box used on the iconic live record Frampton Comes Live was of Heil's design. Do You Feel Like I Do? That track. Audio engineering products have been featured in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and was honored in 2007 with the Parnelli Audio Innovator Award for his impact on live sound industry. To quote Bob, my life has been about achieving great sound, whether on the concert stage or in the amateur radio world. He's recounted he's watched Heil Sound go from a regional sound company to a world-class microphone manufacturer. This company has been his passion. Few more paragraphs, I'll read maybe one or so. Parallel to his commercial and artistic success in live music was his passion for amateur radio. He was active in ham radio from a young age and merged his expertise in audio engineering with his love for radio. Heil Ham Radio was founded to produce microphones, headsets, and other gear for radio amateurs with an emphasis on high-quality audio. He was known as a mentor, helping others find success in ham radio. Recently, his grandson, Charlie Hartley, KF0OOP, became a licensed ham. Let me see. Heil was a generous donor to amateur radio organizations. Let's see. Generosity and kind nature will be missed by many, including ARL director Kevin Beal, K8EAL. Goes on to say, Bob was a titan in many areas. He was generous with his time, offered keen insights, and had the heart of a philanthropist in the ARL Maxim Society. He was a gentleman to his core, making friends easily and everywhere he went, from rock stars to captains of industry. Considered a real privilege to have become a friend with him, all because of amateur radio. He was also known for his passion of AM operations. He also appeared on camera host of Ham Nation over on twit.tv. And lastly, Rick Roderick, ARL president, K5UR, has said Heil's passing is a significant loss. Bob Heil's technical achievements that brought high-quality audio to amateur radio pale in comparison to his generosity and willingness to help his fellow ham. He's long been known as someone eager to help mentor and teach. His legacy on our hobby will be long-lasting. Our thoughts are with his loved ones. So, sad to see. But he's brought a lot of passion and a lot of experience to our hobby and to the world. This is K1 DBC Net Control. I'll drop here. All right, well, it is the circle of life. And definitely we should try to appreciate the people that we have in our lives and the people we have in our hobby and our club and things like that as much as we can, because we are all human, and that day will inevitably come. So, do your best to help this hobby and help your other fellow amateur radio operators and citizen scientists in this world. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. We have another 20 minutes. Any other further comments, questions, check-ins for the net, please call now.
FPI with a comment and a question.
Yeah, KF0FPI, Ron, the net is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ron. As always, thank you for doing the net. And on that story about Heil, I just found out today that Joe Walsh is still a active amateur extra in Beverly Hills, California. I looked him up on QRZ and got his call sign, and wouldn't that be so cool to find that guy out there? And my question, let me break here. My question to the net, does anybody use or have a CHA 250 HD antenna that they're using? It's a multi-band HF, basically 3.5 to 57 meg. I was wondering, I'm thinking about buying one. I wanted to see if anybody out there is using one. So back to net, this is KFC FPI.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yes, it's great to have rock stars in our hobby and community. Joe Walsh and Bob Heil, quite good friends. So a pretty early interview on Ham Nation, at least, was Joe Walsh. So awesome to see that he's still active. In terms of the comment antenna that you mentioned there, CHA 250 HD. Yeah, I'm not too sure if anybody has information on that or reviews. I'm looking it up here on dxengineering.com here. Looks like there's quite a good reviews. Let me see. A lot of 100% positive reviews here, 5 out of 5 from anyone who's purchased it at least. So the CHA 250D Comet antenna transmit from 3.5 to 57 megahertz. Does anybody have reviews of those or knowledge of that? Go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. looks like it is at least cheaper over at hamradio.com. Not usually the case sometimes, but you might be able to purchase that locally for cheaper than online. So let's see. Newly designed broadband vertical requiring no ground radials. Extremely easy to assemble, requiring no tuning and adjustments. And VSWR is under 1.6 to 1 continuously from 3.5 megahertz to 57 megahertz. It's not a quarter wave vertical, but an end-fed long wire type antenna with a matching transformer in a vertical position. So it looks like it would be at least a nice addition to have if you didn't want to have a tuner or a ground radial. So yeah, I don't know. Anybody on that, or Ron, anything else on that? Go ahead.
No, I was hoping that somebody had that particular antenna, because I did see a couple negative views, most of them positive. And I've talked to Alpha Bravo about this. Ken, he has like 7 sticks in his backyard, and they're a little different. He thought it looked okay. I just want to know if somebody had one, because I've been playing with horizontal HFs, and I want to put a vertical HF to be able to alternate between the two to try to get a better DX, to improve my DX communication. That's all I wanted to know, but I guess nobody has one, and that's okay. We'll try it again. Back to you, Jerome.
All right, not a problem. Yeah, absolutely. Different strokes for different folks. Lots of antenna options out there. So maybe right now, people who've checked into this net maybe not have one. But yeah, if anybody for future use, if you've come around or been in contact with a Comet CHA 250 HD HF vertical antenna, or vertical HF antennas in general, maybe you can chime in. But yeah, looks like a pretty good antenna for HF use without needing tuners or ground radials. So yeah. Let us know further on that if you have anything else next week or anything else. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We had Alex checking in online, KS0E. Thank you so much for checking in, Alex. This is K1 DBC Net Control. We have another 10 minutes or so for the Learning Net here. We have, let me see if I can bring up a quick thing of what we talked about here. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Let me drop for a moment. Let's see, so far Jonathan KM4 CFT has talked about a CW transceiver kit that he's creating for distribution. So we look forward to seeing that come out. Check him out on YouTube, KM4 CFT or Jonathan Kane. Pretty cool stuff on there. Let me see what else here. We were talking about APRS and SMS communications and how things work from one side to the other. Fortunate somber note of Silent Key Bob Heil, K9EID. But great to hear the celebrations in there of his life and accomplishments. Just talking there about a Comet antenna, CHA 250 HD. And we were talking about a little bit, maybe some signal reports, things like that. So, as well as our DRC Saturday events and DRC events, things like that. So w0tx.org for more information on our club. So that's just a quick recap of what we've spoken about so far. We have another 10 minutes. Any other comments, questions, check-ins? Please go now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I can certainly bring up another couple of news articles here, but any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net so far, please go now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. don't browse enough the ARL website too much anymore, their news site, but arl.org/news. Lots of information on here. Let me see. YLRL celebrates International Women's Day with a special event. March 1st, this article was written. The Young Ladies Radio League is hosting International Women's Day Parks on the Air event from 0000 Zulu to 2359 Zulu on March 8th. International Women's Day is a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. This year's theme is Inspire Inclusion. To celebrate the day, the goal of the special event is to activate any Parks on the Air park during the 24-hour event using any mode and frequency with your license class. Contacts can be submitted to the Parks on the Air database. They encourage participants to wear pink, decorate their stations, and to share any experience and photos on social media using hashtag YL_POTA_party. YLRL was founded in 1939 by Ethel Smith, now silent key K4LMB, who was the group's first president and continues to use her call sign today. She served as the section manager coordinator for ARL Virginia section 1966 to 1969, and later ARL assistant director for four different Roanoke divisions in 72, and she received the Roanoke Division Service Award. So this will be the 85th year in July 2024, 85th event here. So really cool. Inclusion within the hobby. Let's see, we got a check-in here. Dan, checking in from Idaho Springs, NA5DW. Appreciate you checking in here. Let me see. Let me drop for a moment. All right. Again, thanks again for checking in here. We're on YouTube. Really do appreciate that, Dan. This is K1DBC Net Control. Let's see, over on ARL.org as well. HARP needs ham help. The High Active Auroral Research Program could use help from amateur radio operators, and radio astronomers are being asked to help monitor their project. HARP, if you may not know, conducts a lot of experiments, and it's subject to some conspiracy theories, but ultimately this project will begin on February 28th, but it will run until 23rd of March, 2024. Oh, okay, so it is over at this point, so I do apologize. Examples of experiments planned, let's see, extremely low frequency, very low frequency emissions. The HARP scientists believe these experiments will help lead a greater understanding of the production and enhancement of ELF and VLF waves, as well as lay groundwork for future studies of satellite interactions with space plasma. So that is over, but let me see. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I heard, I think, a check-in there, AE0 something. I didn't get the full call sign. I thought it was Jeff maybe trying to check in. Can you try to repeat your call sign once more?
Yeah, my apologies. My brain got a little liquefied there. I tried getting it phonetically and then normally. But call sign here is Kilowatt Delta 0, Charlie Golf Fox, Kenny, currently mobile in Brookfield.
All right, I think I got you that time. Kenny, I think KD0CGF, Kilo Delta 0, Charlie Golf Fox. I got you checked in. All right, no worries on that, Kenny. Really do appreciate you checking in as well. So we have another 5 minutes. Let me see. Ed Reed mentioned over on our YouTube page. If someone wants to monitor after the net, 146.567. If anybody wants to listen on there, we can try to do some testing. Again, 146.567. If you want to help out Ed and do some signal reports. So, yeah, I do appreciate that. So, anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? We have another 5 minutes. Please call now.
Katie's CGF with a question.
Yeah, CGF, go ahead.
So, I keep forgetting about it, and the other day I heard, I think it was on Tuesday, about the astronauts that slipped out in the ISS. Does anybody know how long the ISS project is going to go for, where we can contact them on the ham radio?
Great question there. Ham radio on the International Space Station, how to get in contact with them and their schedule. I know that a lot of contacts from regular amateurs are made around the time that the school projects with the ARIS group are made. Let me drop here for a moment. I think the ARIS group, Amateur Radio on the International Space Station, they definitely schedule things out. You can maybe find at least a schedule for when some schools will be contacting the International Space Station, and that might be a good opportunity, I've heard, to try to get a hold of them. Apart from those, I don't know of a schedule for normal operations on amateur radio. I have not actually checked into that myself. If anybody has any information on scheduled activities when astronauts might be monitoring or using the ham radio on the International Space Station, let us know.
FBI.
KF0 FPI, go ahead.
Yeah, I might be able to help a little bit there. They don't generally advertise if they're going to take from Earth calls. I mean, privately, like you're just winging it. I caught one, June of 21. He just went on the air, and there was no announcement that he was going to be there. And if you go to IRSS.org, it gives you the schedule on the crossband repeater and what they're doing with it and when they're talking to the schools. And I check that daily because sometimes they shut the repeater down for vessel dockings and whatnot.
Okay, thanks for the information on there. I think you mentioned the ARIS, ARISS.org webpage. Yeah, and it looks like they have upcoming educational contacts. Next one is March 4th. And I think it will have, downlink frequencies 145.800. So I think it's just luck of the draw for private contacts with ARIS, the International Space Station in general. I know you'll have they have a digipeater on there, so you can digipeat an APRS frequency off of them. They also do slow scan television. You can receive from them quite frequently. I think from the RS0 call. But yeah, anything else? Anyone comments, questions on International Space Station ham radio contacts via voice? Please call now.
No, I was scanning that day. I scanned 3 or 4 passes over Colorado here, and he was on there early afternoon. I didn't catch him, but on their next pass, I said I'm going to find him, and I keyed in and got him, but it was completely unannounced, and it's short and brief. He welcomes you to the ISS, you exchange call signs, and then it's done. He's moved on. You only have a 10-minute window there. KFC or FPI, back to net.
KF0 FBI, this is K1 DBC net control. Yeah, it sounds like it's probably maybe a once-in-a-lifetime kind of an opportunity. These astronauts are taking their time to make themselves available to students, and then they may have another few minutes here before and after. But and it probably depends on the astronaut themselves. If they're interested in ham radio and understand the importance of it and things like that, they may give a few minutes of their time to amateur radio operators. But it sounds like for the most part, it's voice contacts are usually limited for educational purposes. So, from his Ron's response there and experience, and from what I've heard, it's very much luck of the draw. There's nothing maybe officially set up for amateur radio operators to contact the International Space Station unless they have something going on. It would be nice to see a contest or something like that, or opportunities for amateur radio operators to make that contact once every few years or things like that. But yeah, great question there. Anyone else on that? Contacting the International Space Station, go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC net control.
W0TX repeater.
Let's see, we've just ticked over to 8:32 p.m. I'll bring up one last story, throw it back out to the group, see if we have any last-minute comments or questions, and then we'll wrap the net up.
N0 TRP, late check-in.
All right, N0 TRP, got you checked in. Let's see, last story here. Missed it last month, but article written here by Maya Posh over on hackaday.com on February 4th, decoding JS1YMG, first ham radio station on the moon after SLIM mission. Short article here. When Japan's SLIM lunar lander made a rather unconventional touchdown on the lunar surface, it had already disgorged 2 smaller lunar excursion vehicles from its innards, LEV-1 and LEV-2. Of these, LEV-1 is not only capable of direct-to-Earth transmission, but it also has been assigned its own amateur radio license, JS1YMG, which makes it the first ham radio station on the moon. LEV-1 receives data from LEV-2, which is transmitted to Earth using its 1-watt UHF circular polarization antenna as Morse code at 437.41 megahertz. Although the data format hasn't been published, ham radio operator Daniel Estevez, EA4 GPZ, has been sleuthing around to figure it out. Let me drop here for a moment. Last 2 paragraphs here. Using captures from the 25-meter radio telescope at Dwingelo in Netherlands, Daniel set to work deciphering what he knew to be telemetry following a CCSDS standard. After some mixing and matching, he found that the encoding matched PCM, a lot of initialisms here. Let me see. Fortunately, a few fellow hams pitched in and figured out that the amplitude signs for the Morse code were inverted. By inverting the amplitude, suddenly the Morse code looked a lot more clear, with LEV-1's call sign and what looked to be hexadecimal data following it. Each of the frames is also followed by a CRC16, which makes it possible to start decoding the data transmitted in each frame. So decoding JS1YMG, first ham radio station on the moon after SLIM mission. Okay, with that, we'll take any last-minute comments, questions, check-ins, anything else for this evening's net. Otherwise, we'll wrap things up. Please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. All right, I want to thank, again, everyone for checking into this net. We had a total of 21 check-ins. Really do appreciate that. Thanks to anyone that's been able to take our net control operations through this net or our Sunday night nets. That'll be N0TRP Jim, KS0E Alex on our Sunday night net, K0KPS Kevin on our Sunday night net. If you or if anyone has any interest in taking net control operations for either nets, we'd love to help you out there. Again, w0tx.org/check-in. You can make a copy of this if you want for your own personal use, but if you do become a net control operator for our club, we'll give you access to this. You put in the call sign, and it automatically fills in the rest for you. So with that, let me see. I'll start to close things out here. All right, this is K1 DBC again. Thanks to all of our volunteers, everyone's efforts, w0tx.org for more information on our club and /officers for anybody who does help. Again, thanks to our board members and staff and volunteers. We really do appreciate it, and really what keeps the club going here. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. Let's see. We appreciate and thank the Denver Radio Club for allowing us to use the repeaters. Again, join us on a regular meeting or a regular... on the third Wednesday of the month, 6 p.m. for the Elmers session, prior to the regular scheduled meeting at 7 p.m. I think we have, let me see, let me drop for a moment. Webpage has not been updated yet, but program for this month, February 20th, let me see here. Really, thanks again to Jeff Irvin, KB0CHT, for helping set this up. February 20th, we're going to have N5HYP speaking about AMSAT, Tom Schuessler. These are all tentative as well. April 17th, we'll have Joe Eisenberg, K0NEB, on kit building. And then May, we're still open. So our website will be updated here soon with more information on our meeting. But with that, join us next week for the next Learning Net, 19:30 hours, 7:30 p.m. So this is K1 DBC, Daron, 7-3 to all, and I will be clear. You all have a good evening. All right, again, thank you all for joining us here on YouTube. Really do appreciate you all checking in here. So, yeah, I do not have much more for you all. So you all take care and have a good one.